Hey guys, Marshall from Limited Resources, and what is this? Cube drafts. Yay, they're back. So we get to do some cube drafting. Let's take a look at what our pack looks like here. Super excited for this. I love it when they bring these things on. Cloud Thresher, no way. No, I'm not taking a Sweeper or an Urborg. Gilded Lotus I'd consider. I'm not taking a big green guy or a mono black creature or any of this stuff. The cards I like out of this pack are Mana War, Fire Ice, Blue Elemental Blast, maybe. I don't really like Force of Will that much. This pack's actually pretty weak, I think. I don't really see a whole lot of amazing stuff in here. I mean, this is like more of a sideboard card. Chroma's Vengeance is fine, but not that exciting. I think I'm going to take the Fire Ice. I like Mana War a lot. It's like one of my favorite cards just ever. But I'm going to take the Fire Ice here because I think it's a little bit more powerful. All right. Now this is a spicy pack. This one's got some stuff. Wow. All right, there's a Tamio the Moon Sage. She's awesome. There's a Dark Confidant. There's also just a straight-up Grim Monolith, which is just really powerful. And then at the Mythic slot over here, we have a Geisa Saint Traft. We know how good that card can be in the right deck. I got to stress that. Even in Cube, I don't think that you just jam this guy into any deck. He really wants to be in a certain deck. Now, if we would have taken the Mana War, I would actually consider this. And the Fire Ice is a consideration for taking it as well. Havengul Lich is a neat kind of almost a combo-ish card. I don't think it's the direction that we're going to go. For me, I would either want to be in Tamio or Dark Confidant territory. Grim Monolith also, getting a nod. Yosei the Morning Star, to me, kind of like a standard issue big bomb or whatever. I'm going to take Tamio this time, though, and see what we can do. Ooh, more sweet stuff. Look at all this stuff. God, I love Cube. So sweet. All right. So there's an 8.5 tails, which generally speaking goes in more of an aggressive kind of a white weenie strategy. But I really like this card just as a one of in like itself because it's really hard to deal with and it can kind of take over a board state on its own. It does require quite a bit of white mana. So that's a consideration considering the fact that we're not actually in white yet. Dismiss is sweet. Just you can see what it does. It's kind of like a little piece of a cryptic, like half of a cryptic command. Deprive is also awesome, just countering stuff. There's some fixing here, but not really in the colors that we're in so far. Terminate and Mortify are also sweet cards to have in your deck, along with the Mind Stone just to help get you to bigger mana and then cycle it later. For me, I think it's between Dismiss and Mind Stone, and I'm going to go with Dismiss. Let's stay on the blue plan here. Not a great card, but it's pretty good. Ooh. All right, I'm reading this pack. All right, a bunch of sweet stuff for us here as well. Parallax Wave, one of my favorite cards in the cube. It's kind of complex. You can take a read here, but basically it's got Fading 5, and you get to remove one of those counters to exile a creature. Then when this thing goes away, they all come back, but oftentimes you've just won by then. Didn't matter. Aeon Chronicler, pretty sweet. This is a card I wouldn't mind having in my deck. I don't think I want to take it here, though. And then there's a few other cards like Prismatic Lens and Thawing Glaciers, which we could consider, but I think I want to be a little more proactive than that. Maybe the Prismatic Lens would probably make it into our deck, but I think I'm going to take Parallax Wave here. All right, some more spice. God, Cube's just the best. Looter Ilkor, one of my favorite looters because it actually kind of forces you to attack and then by that measure forces you to loot, which I think a lot of people don't loot often enough, so I like that. I like Memory Lapse quite a bit. Kind of takes away a draw step from them and slows them down if you're in a tempo strategy. Angelic Destiny can be really good. I mean, it really can. Like if you're in a creature-based strategy, like again, if we had the Geisa Saint Traft, I'd certainly consider picking up Angelic Destiny. Men of the Meek, not that great, but okay. Time Spiral can be really, really awesome. I think I'm going to go for the Looter here. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Looter. All right, some new stuff. Renewed Faith, no. No. Dungeon Geist, yeah, probably going to be our pick here. It's either that or Birthing Pod, but man, I'm not going to lie. Like, trying to get Birthing Pod going, like we have one creature so far, and like putting in all that effort to build around a Birthing Pod when you're just a bunch of one-ofs You can't really create like a whole lot of redundancy. It's something that I'm just not really wanting to do right now. Relic Warder is pretty sweet too, but I'm going to take the Geist. All right. Yeah, I guess if we're going to be in blue-white, we can pick up some of this sweet stuff. I think I'm going to take Drogskell Reaver. It's kind of a huge late-game bomb. I mean, Repeal's a better card. This is not a better card. This is probably a better card. Stifle's not. Esper Charm's sweet. Ancient Tomb is really good too. But I kind of want to build like maybe this is just going to be like a blue-white control deck. We might even wheel that Sorin's or the Akroma's Vengeance or something. Mirror Entity can be good. We have 3 creatures. We do need more. We don't have any 3-drops yet, so that would be fine. Revoker also okay. Isamaru like doesn't really go in a deck like this, but it can. Like he does come down and block and trade for some stuff, and he can provide a little clock for a while, but it doesn't really synergize that much. I think I like Spell Pierce, Mirror Entity, or Revoker here. I think I'm going to take the Spell Pierce. I don't know if that's correct, but I'm going to do it. All right, so this is the pack that we opened. We got the Blue Elemental Blast back. There's also a Dismantling Blow, though. Yeah, I think we need to take this. If we're going to be in blue-white, like I think Blue Elemental Blast is a better card because it just hoses red decks. And I like the fact that, yeah, it can counter a red spell, but if you draw it after they already have the red permanent down, you can still take care of it. It's a really great card, but I'm going to take Dismantling Blow because I think that, you know, it's pretty tough for us to give up that kind of value. We're going to be seeing artifacts too. All right, I think I'm just going to take the Thalia here. These other cards are okay, but Thalia is really sweet, and even though it kind of hoses us. All right, 8.5 Tails came back along with the Deprive. I'm going to take 8.5 Tails here, though. It looks like we're going to be in enough white. Yeah, I'll take a Forge Tender. I don't hate Masticore or anything, but I don't love it either. All right, so Mentor of the Meek or Time Spiral. If we take Time Spiral, I don't really know where we're going with that necessarily, so I'm going to take Mentor. And I'm going to take the Relic Warder. It looks like white-blue is pretty well open here. Unfortunately, of course, we did not get the Geist of St. Traft, which is probably the best creature you can have in this 2-color combo. But so it goes. He's really good. Ooh, game canceled. How about we pause and then log back on? Okay, so this is what happened. I logged back on. And we were lucky. We still had the pack our second pack 2 pick 1 open. I, however, did not see a single card in it except for the one that I looked for on the full right hand corner because that's where the highest rarity is, and it was this one. So I'm pretty happy that we got something out of it. I'm pretty unhappy that Magic Online crashed in the middle of that, which it's done to me quite a few times recently, and it's very frustrating. But I'm glad we got something out of the pack and something pretty good at that. Another Planeswalker. I don't know what we've passed. I have no idea. So I wish I just would have hit record, but I was like, I knew that it was going to be really tight, so we needed to get in there. All right, so Spectral Procession or Ancestral Vision. Also Into the Royals, nice. I mean, Spectral Procession is just insane. They took away most of the swords or maybe even all of them, so I don't know how amazing it is, you know, without equipment, but it's still really, really good. Do I take it over Ancestral Vision, though? I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Not sure if that's right, but we're doing it. Seems like a fine follow-up to Spectral Procession. Yeah, we'll take a Skull Clamp here. I don't think it's particularly close. There's some okay cards in here. Ideas Unbound is a little more combo-y than it looks, and Lone Revenant's, I just don't think it's that good. I'm going to hide the Stifle here. All right, Disc, Negate, Mind's Desire, Wayfarer. Also a Mind Sensor. We got some choices here. Negate is something that we definitely want to have in our deck. Mind's Desire is very interesting, but really not that good in a deck like ours. Like, you want to be going very big with this, I think. You know, you want to be putting up some seriously crazy stuff to hit with it, and we're going to be hitting like 2/2s and stuff, so just not really worth it. Disc is okay, but I don't think it's what we want to be doing. Same thing with Wayfarer, so I like Negate or Mind Sensor here. Even Mind Sensor is pretty cool. But so is Negate. Yeah, we'll take the Mind Sensor. Oh man, some spicy stuff here. Namely this, Basalt Monolith is excellent. Just excellent card. It just makes all your mana problems go away as far as how much mana you have. Like, you can just cast these guys like real early. Paladin Envex seems really good for our deck too, though. He can be defensive or offensive. It just kind of depends on what you want to do with him. But he blanks a ton of the removal that's going to be hitting him. Lawkeeper and Luminarch Ascension aren't really high on my list. I think Basalt Monolith is the most powerful card here. Although our mana doesn't seem to really want that. So I'm going to take this guy. I think that's okay. Dream Halls is also interesting, but again, you really want to be going big with that, and we're just not. Which is also kind of an issue. Because right now our deck is pretty fair. And that's not really what you want to be doing in Cube, but we'll see. There's some unfair cards in this pack, but nothing for us, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to, I don't know, cut the Necromancy maybe. Centering Titan's pretty annoying too. Cut the Hymn. I don't know. Let's cut this. All right. Doesn't seem like we have a whole lot going on here. Manriki Gusari. I don't really like that card, I don't think. I mean, it seems like you could get some value, but they did take those swords out. This card's kind of weird. Yes, you may. Oh. Not that button. All right. Yeah, I guess we could just take the memory jar. I don't think we're going to play it, but we can take it. Aether Vial would be interesting in our deck, but I'm going to take Deep Analysis. I like card draw. Scroll Rack is a card I like quite a bit too. Wall of Omens doesn't seem amazing in our deck. I'm going to take a Scroll Rack. I don't know if we're going to find a way to abuse it, but... Alright, the Ancestral Vision came back. Wow. All the cards we wanted came back, really. But I'm going to take the Vision, because that card's just bonkers. I guess this is the one that we want to see the least. Does get us pretty good. This question seems pertinent. Mind's Desire. Sure. Oh, that's a sweet pickup. Battlefield Forge and Slayer Stronghold. Because we do still have this floating around, and I'd like to be able to do the fire side of it. Like I said, though, our deck it's ultimately pretty fair, which is it's kind of concerning, to be honest. Yay! Oh no, we have tough decisions. Oh man. One of the best. Just one of the best cards in the cube. I just love that card. Took me a while to kind of get it, but now that after I did, it's just amazing. I mean, I don't want to pass this. But we also picked up a Venser, and Venser can do some really sweet stuff in our deck, especially with this. You can just keep all their guys locked down forever. It's really insane. Restoration Angel and Essence Scatter would be good too. I mean, Restoration Angel would be awesome in our deck, but really it's between Venser and Upheaval. I mean, Upheaval's like way better card, but we're not really set up for it. You want like artifact-based mana, ways to ramp into it, and we didn't end up taking that Basalt Monolith, so it's like, ugh. We could get him back. He's not that amazing, and you know, in a regular deck. This is actually just super tough. I guess I'll take the Upheaval. No, I'm going to take Fencer. Like, it's really tough because I think Upheaval is so much better, but like, man, what are we doing? Like, if I Upheaval, like, it's not really that great for me. I mean, it's just super powerful, so it has that going for it, but it's just not that really amazing. Ranger of Eos, one of my favorite cards, but we don't really have any 1-drops to get with it. We've got one. I have it hidden, the Burning Forge Tender, but I'm going to take this Phantasmal Image because he's awesome. Wow, some bombs. Sun Titan or Consecrated Sphinx? I'm just going to take the Sphinx, man. I like Sun Titan. He gets back a lot of our good stuff, but Sphinx is just awesome. White Knight, Journey to Nowhere, Whipquarter, Worn Power Stone, Sulphur Falls, obviously Volcanic Island over Sulphur Falls. Even Mana Tithe is in this pack. Curse Catcher, like there's actually stuff we can play across the board here. Worn Power Stone is really, really good. Journey is good. I mean, it takes out something. Volcanic Island just helps us splash a little bit, but not super important. We still have a use even if we can't splash it, so that's good. I really like Worn Power Stone. We do have quite a few big spells here. I think I might take it. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Wow. All right. So, Armageddon, I'm going to take it. It's just one of the most powerful cards going, you know, that you can do, and you can set up some situations where you just, you know, sometimes you just go 8.5 tails, Paladin, and Vec, Armageddon, and they're just like, well, I guess I can't ever do anything again, and they're dead. So we're just going to do that. Other cards that I'd be looking at here are Everflowing Chalice and Jushi Apprentice. Brainstorm, not very good. I know it's like a legacy staple and all that, but in Cube, like, I don't have any shuffle effects here, and it's just not that good if you don't have shuffle effects. It's fine, but it's not that good. It's not like amazing like you might think. All right, that's a pretty late Wasteland. Also a Forbid in the pack. I would love to play a Forbid, but I'm not going to pass a Wasteland here. We're only 2 colors. We're not really greedy, and we can get them pretty good with the Wasteland. Oh man, Grand Arbiter Augustine the 4th. I was going to just slam this Mutavault because Mutavault's pretty sweet in a deck like this, but I am taking Grand Arbiter easily. It makes like literally every spell in our deck except for like 2 or something, and we're not even playing this, way cheaper. That's just awesome. Ooh. Some interesting stuff here. Enclave Cryptologist, as many may know, is one of my favorite cards ever. It's kind of the Dream Looter. I love that card. Very slow. But Tandem Lookout's kind of a new addition here. Willbender is also cool, but Tandem Lookout has my attention. I think I'm going to take it here. You know, this is a card that I think we can get a lot of good use out of. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to find out. And I've wanted to try it out in the Cube for a while. Essence Scatter came back and Pristine Talisman. Curve ended up relatively high. I mean, this Spectral Procession is going to be more in the 3 or 4 range, but there's some stuff up here that we're not playing like this one. But we could use some mana, I think. Essence Scatter does work as well. I'll take it to the Talisman and see what we can do. All right, so the Ranger or a Tradewind Rider, tap 200 creatures you control, return target permanent to its owner's hand. That's pretty awesome as well. I think I'll take that. I think I want to go a little spicier here, especially since we don't have any targets for that guy. All right. Smokestack and Sun Titan both came back. I'm going to take the Titan since we did put a little more mana into our ramp situation. Whipquarter is not a card I like very much, but I guess it's okay. I'll go Mana Tithe. It's more interesting. All right, we got the Everflowing Chalice back. So we actually did end up with a reasonable amount of ramp so that we can power out some of these cards. Because we do have some pretty sweet stuff up at the top here. Sun Titan is awesome. All right, what do we got? Vision is in, Looter's in, Image is in, Tandem Lookout is in. We can draw a lot of cards. There's no doubt about that. Geist and this. I don't think we're going to want the Spell Pierce. Nor do we want Burnt and Forged Tender Main. This is a maybe. Also a maybe. Thalia, you're in. Relic Warder, I think, is main deckable. Mentor of the Meek, yeah. A Johnny, sure. Geddon, Titan, and all these other things. Okay. Excuse me. These guys are all in. And that puts us at 24 already, but we do need some of these other cards. Like, we're definitely playing this. And I kind of want to run some of these ramp spells. See where what this thing looks like here. These are all dudes. I kind of like that we ended up with enough creatures here, although our mana is a little concerning. Probably put this here, I'd suppose. I don't think we're going to just automatically get triple white. Okay, so this is what our deck looks like. We do have a pretty high curve, so I really do feel like I want to put in, I think this. I mean, Pristine Talisman's cool, and you can gain some life, but this thing adds 2. Like, sure, you can't do it right away, but dear God, like, that's a ton of mana. All right, so what do we want to get rid of here? I think we can get rid of a creature or two. I think we could probably, like, we don't have to run the Relic Warder in the main. I think that's fine to cut. I don't want to cut too many creatures, but I do want to cut a couple here. Remember, this is also a creature, basically, so we got to remember that. 2 more cards to cut. Ugh, this is where it gets tough. I mean, Drogskull Reaver is a pretty easy cut, but I like this card, and I want to try it out, so I'm not going to cut it. No, sir. Mentor. Who fires off the Mentor? This does, this probably does, this does, this does. Okay, everything does, this does. Yeah, Mentor is just like a little draw engine for us. He can absolutely just get there. Dismiss is something that I do want to have like at least one hard counter in the deck. You know, even if it's not cryptic, I want something. This guy just seems sweet. Man, he's good. He's ramp in and of itself, right? And it makes this guy cost 2 less, I think, and same with Venser. Like, it really does some work for us. Maybe Tradewood Rider is going a little too deep, but again, I've never played that card. I want to try it out. Armageddon seems interesting. But I think I want that too. Yeah, I'm in a tough spot here because I want these Planeswalkers, I want these bombs. Sun Titan gets back like half of our deck. I really feel like this ramp is necessary. Maybe I don't need this card draw. I mean, I've got Skull Clamp and Tandem Lookout and Mentor of the Meek. Like, I've got ways to draw cards, that aren't just cards that just read, you draw this card or whatever. So that's probably a prudent cut there. And I think I really do need to go down here, though, to 23 because I was thinking about keeping it at this, but with this many big spells, and our deck isn't particularly streamlined here, I think it's pretty necessary to go down another here. Again, Armageddon is something that I'm not sure. Like, I could definitely see starts where we just wreck them because of Armageddon. I can also see it being fairly dead in our hand, but I mean, this guy gets rid of it, right? Just get it out of there. Maybe the Mind Sensor. I'll bring it in against somebody who I feel like, it's really good against. So we can play the Wasteland and then just do basically an 8/8, I think. Maybe hedge it towards white because we do have early white 2-drops all over the place. So I think I'll do 9/7. Although double blue, double blue, double blue, double blue. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep it at 8/8 here. Okay. Yeah, let's run this. Yeah, I don't even know how this thing's going to turn out, but that's one of the things I love about Cube is that you never quite know. So, all right, round one after this.